I have to tell you, one of the things that differentiates Neora from most other compensation plans is most compensation plans, one of the key gotchas, for the lack of a better term, is rank requirements within your ability to rank advance. So they're not volume-based. It's if you have 3 people that have done this, that you personally enrolled, then you can be this. The problem with that is what if one of those people quit? What if one of those people mess up and don't order this month? It could totally mess up everything you're trying to accomplish this month. And so we didn't want to do that in the Neora compensation plan. We wanted to lift these gotchas that are prevalent in many compensation plans, take them out of this compensation plan and say, listen, in most of the phases of income in this, let's create it around the volume you create, something you're in charge of, something you have control of. So, because it's hard to control the order of someone else, but it's easy to control your ability to go out and find more people and to find more customers. And if we can put this under your control, then you're in charge of your future. And so in order to rank advance, as I show you some of these, the ways to do it, let me first explain to you the key components of it. 3 key elements to it. Number 1 would be based on active leg requirements. Of course, with going into detail, your personal volume, your personal auto order is crucial. That's a given. But beyond that, 3 key elements are your active leg requirements. Second would be your enrollment tree, or what we call your leadership qualifying volume. And the third key component would be your placement tree, which is your group qualifying volume. And remember, your leadership qualifying volume is always a part of your group qualifying volume. So let's keep it simple. Let me just show you first. You get started and you have at least 120 PQV or 80 ADV. You're considered an active brand partner. Okay, let's take the next step. What's the next step? It's finding somebody like you. It's finding somebody that wants to do this, wants a bigger lifestyle, wants to do something more in their life, and they say, hey, I want to be a part of this team, and they become an active brand partner. When you do that, you become a brand partner plus. One simple step, and you receive recognition for it. Now, let's just take another simple step. Let's take that second step. Let's find one more person. So now we have 2 active legs, and you are called a senior brand partner as long as you have this requirement. 2 active legs, and you've created 150 in leadership qualifying volume. In your LQV, you have 150. Now, you see that 50% MVR, that's 50% maximum volume rule. All that means is no more than 50% of that 150 can come from any one leg. And you have a total of 500 group qualifying volume in total, and you are a senior brand partner. Now let's just kind of fast forward this to team director. Let's settle in on team director and show me, because that's a critical piece of the puzzle in our compensation plan. Now, as a team director, your personal volume is 400 PQV or an auto order of 80. You have to have 3 active legs. Now what's interesting about those 3 active legs is you can place one underneath another one, but they're still considered 3 active enrollment legs. You remember what we talked about when we talked about enrollment tree versus placement tree. Your LQV, or your enrollment tree volume, is 2,000. There we have a 50% rule again, so no more than 50% of that can come from any one of, will be counted out of any one of those active legs. And you have a total of 6,000 GQV. And that's volume that's been placed underneath of you by your upline. And that's 6,000 GQV. So real simple to be a team director. You have to have 3 active legs, 2,000 LQV, and 6,000 GQV, and be on an auto order. And I got to tell you, as you step up and you rank advance, every step you take, that adjusts slightly. But here's the power behind this compensation plan. There's never a huge leap. There's never something you can't do. Every step takes you to the next step. Remember, there's enough light for the step you're on to see the next step. In a lot of the compensation plans that are out there, that next step is forever away, so people stop working where they are. What we wanted to do in this compensation plan was to put enough steps in the process so that you could comfortably go from one to the other, and every step you took, it built confidence that leads you to the next step. So just remember, how many active legs do I need to have in my enrollment tree? Not where you place them, in my enrollment tree. What kind of volume do I have to have in my leadership, in my enrollment tree, LQV? And what kind of volume do I have to have in my group qualifying volume or my GQV? And as long as you're doing your personal volume the way you need to, and you monitor those other three things, you can take enough steps to get to wherever you want to go.